Hello, Foxglove friends. A big warm welcome to you. My name is Rosalind, and this is Foxglove Coaching Spiritual Guidance. Now, if you are watching this on the day that I've released this video, I am wishing you great joy and good tidings and a very, very happy and merry Christmas Eve. So today's question is, what wishes are coming true for you? Now, this was the shortest version of what I could put on the title for what I actually had in mind. So I was thinking about what actually goes on around the Christmas season. And part of that is that many children around the world make a wish for something that they want to come to fruition, and they wait with faith, wholehearted faith, and expectation that this will come and arrive in their world and will change their lives for the better without actually having to see evidence that it's happening. They just believe that it will happen. And part of the story also is obviously around the birth of Jesus, in which a wonderful, miraculous potential was born and delivered into the world that was going to change the world forever. And then we have the notion around the three wise men and the shepherds who've all had to believe and follow their intuition to meet something that was going to be life-changing, and that was being brought into the world. So I thought, well, look, with all these kind of notions around this time of the year, the closest title I could come to that was, what wish is being brought into this world for you? What wish is coming to reality? So that is what we are looking at today, my lovely Foxglove friends. And I've actually been led to pick 4 cards today. So we have got pile 1, which is the Observer, number 49. That's pile 1, the beautiful little fox looking at the moon. We have then got pile 2, Soulmates, number 41, with the 2 beautiful little penguins. We have then got pile 3, which is A Fork in the Road, which is number 13. And I can't actually see what that is. Is that a monkey? And it looks like a llama with antlers on and an owl. I'm not entirely sure. But that's pile 3. And then we've got pile 4, The Fates, which is number 17, with what looks like a fairy or an angel and all the lovely stars. So, Foxglove friends, just take a moment and some deep breaths and allow whichever one to call out to you. You can go to the description and the timestamps are there so that you can click on that and go straight to your reading. Enjoy your reading, Foxglove friends. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to today's reading. So you have chosen the Observer. So what I really like about this is that the fox, you will notice, is sitting on the biggest egg ever. So that egg that it's sitting on has huge potential when it hatches. And I think what actually is going on is the fox is looking far into the distance and going, right, I want that moon, I want the stars, I want all those beautiful things, and looking way beyond now to see what they desire and what they're dreaming of, when actually they are not paying attention to this humongous egg that they're sitting on. They're not seeing that there's such a lot of massive potential underneath them, right underneath their noses. The miracle, the wish that they are wanting is there already. So, this is very interesting, pile one. Let's have a better and more in-depth look. So I almost feel like the wish that you've been striving for is there. You're just not recognizing it, or you're not seeing the potential of something that already exists. And it's all about perspective and changing your perspective so that you can fully embrace what you already have somehow. Let's have a look what's going on. So, Spirit, can we have more information for pile one? Okay, about how their wish is coming true, please. So we've got the folly, which is showing you that you've either been through or you're about to go through some sort of huge shift. Now, it could be in the external reality, so it might be a change of home, a change of location, change in relationship, change in job, something that's come up suddenly that has been a bit of a surprise, or it could be inner work that's taking place that is allowing you to get clarity. It's changed your understanding of the environment that you're in, and actually you're seeing things from a different perspective. So sometimes, for example, when we go through therapeutic practices and we start to clear and cleanse from things from the past, we see things very differently in life. We see the potential of everything that we already had. Or maybe you're going through something that's making you appreciate what you've already got. I'm going to get more cards and we're going to look in more detail at what this is all about. We've got the Weaver of Visions. So I'm going to get a few out and we'll get a bit of a story so I can see what's happening for you. Oh, we've got the Ace of Boons. Interesting. The Green Mother. And then I want to get one of these cards. Transits and Climate. What an amazing card that is. And then I'll get one more to see what's going on. Oops. It's stuck. There we go. Beyond Death and Life. Interesting. Oops, is that going to fit? That will fit. You have got some very, very auspicious cards here. So, the Weaver of Visions can be somebody who is psychic or spiritually aware. They can be dreamy, intuitive. So there may have been a situation, and also we've got, let me carry on, sorry, hold on. We've got the Ace of Boons, which can be to do with healing or prosperity, and then we've got the Green Mother, which can be to do with healing inner child aspects or finding the truth of who you are and feeling nourished and nurtured by the earth or from a spiritual perspective. So I feel like as we look through this, either you've started to become aware of the spiritual nature of who you are, you might have become able to do mediumship or to see spirit, well, it's the same sort of thing, or to be able to channel, or you might have become more aware of your intuitive abilities or the fact that you are a spiritual being somehow. I feel like, so you've kind of been, what I'm getting from this now is that you're looking to the skies, you're looking to the divine, when actually you're birthing something major into reality. So perhaps you've started to understand that your soul has a particular purpose in this life, or that your soul um, is more than just the vessel that you live in. You know, you've maybe started to recognize that you aren't just a body with a personality living in this 3D world, that actually you're so much more, and that around you there is so much more. This might have helped to heal issues to do with mother issues, or it might be to do with healing the karmic line between you and your children, because as we start to heal ourselves, it can actually positively impact on the karmic line down to our children. So when we stop repeating the patterns of our ancestors, because we carry their experiences through our DNA. So there's even been an experiment to do with mice, I think, where it recognizes that it's 4 generations down the line in mice. If something happens that scares a mouse, then the mouse that's 4 generations down will react in fear still when they see or they're exposed to that scenario, because it's carried down through the DNA. So you are doing something that's shifting and changing this for the sake of humankind, basically going forward, because it will impact on the energetic connections you have through your family line. Is what I want to say, which is pretty major. The transits, this is all about things are currently in flux. So, and understanding that you don't actually have control over things like you might have thought you did. You know, what you thought you were putting out into the world, that you were taking steps, taking action, and that you were solely responsible for what happened in your life. This is showing that that control doesn't actually take place. There's all these energy lines around you, and all, you know, this is a bit like the solar system almost. And maybe you're recognizing that other people's energy has an impact on you, that you are sensitive, and that the climate in which you put yourself in has a huge impact. So I feel like with the folly, maybe a lot of these things are coming to your awareness recently. Um, so you've kind of brought a lot of things you've been thinking about into 3D reality. These either psychic awareness or intuitive elements have started to become part of the reality that you live in a different way, is what I'm going to say. Pile 1. So this also shows, the transits card, that people who step into your life could be karmically important. So the wish coming true element is actually maybe at quite a deep soul level, in which you're starting to open up to the fact that there's magic in life, to the fact that what you see is not necessarily what you get, and therefore you can have faith or ask for help, or, you know, there's many kind of energetic forms, whether it's your spirit guides or your ancestors or the angelic realm, or all these different things, where you might have found a new spiritual way of being, whether it's joining a shamanic group, a druid group, all these different things. That's kind of, it's affecting you and impacting on you in a way that's making a wish come true for you, because it's changed your reality. I'm just going to have a look at this. We've got number 1, so this is showing a beginning. This is from the Rumi oracle, and when I get these out, these are like, this is the big deal cards, because getting a wish come true is a big deal. So I thought I'd get these ones out for this session. so that we can have a look. But I do tend to read from the book a little bit because they're very poetic and I don't want you to miss the magic. So, beyond death, life. It says footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. So there's, I'm going to read it to you. I'll try and, there's too much to read the entire thing, but I'm going to try and pick some of it out for you. I am calling to you. Can you hear me? Listen. Within your heart, there I speak. My voice rings true. You are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Let it to rest now. Lay it to rest now, sorry. This ending comes as grace to free you from all that you have known, for what you have known is now too small for your soul. Bear your uncertainty with equanimity. I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are, that burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I will unveil you to yourself, undressing your ego, casting aside its layers, as tender as a lover with unwavering attention upon the sacred body of light. You shall know yourself in truth, as pure beyond all experience, untainted, ever innocent, as a pure vessel stripped bare, ready for the divine revelation, as light, as life, as love. Wow. So it says, here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are already in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your own unknown destiny. So you've basically got a new life coming in as you start to shift and change your understandings of the world. And how you deal with this is up to you, but it's kind of, there's potential of the changes within the 3D element. So it may be a change of relationship, a change of job, a change of location, different things like that. But a lot of what so there is the Ace of Boons tends to be about the material world. It can be about healing, but it can also be an offer, whether it's actually the offer of a ring, so a marriage, or an engagement. It can be a new home, a new job, things like that. So in the 3D world, this may be coming to fruition, but there's something about this shift and change and the transit that you're going through, and the fact that something is ending and something is beginning. But it feels like for a lot of you it's going to be taking place at a much deeper level as well. So you may have been looking to go, oh, when is this going to come to fruition? It's happening now. There's a shift within you. There's a shift in the 3D world as well, by the looks of it. You've been dreaming of something. You've been dreaming of a shift and change. You've been dreaming of receiving something positive, whether it's financial, but it's tangible in some sort of way, and that is coming to fruition. And you've been going through a lot of shifts and changes to get there. So this is pretty amazing, pile one. Let me see. I want to get you some advice. So if you're feeling it, that it is actually just happening in the 3D, just know that this is changing you in a positive way on the inside too, psychologically and emotionally, and from a vibrational frequency element. This is, okay, so something is shifting where something has shifted within you, that you matter, and it's important for you to have what you need in life and what you want in life. So this is where the wish is coming true for you. It says embrace your own uniqueness. So perhaps you've spent a lot of time in the past either doing what other people want, maybe being there for others so much, maybe giving all your energy and attention to helping or supporting, or just being there for other people, and and not realizing that actually we're all put upon this world to have our own experiences, and nobody is put on this world to just be there for everybody else. Um, it's lovely if you do want to help and support others, but as I always say, fit your own oxygen mask first, because if you don't take care of yourself, if your soul doesn't get its needs met, then you become depleted. Um, and also, the bit about embracing your own uniqueness. Sometimes we can feel insecure, we can feel lacking in confidence, we can feel nervous, we can get imposter syndrome, all that sort of stuff. When actually, you are a beautiful soul living on this planet, Power One. You have nothing to apologize for or to hide about yourself or to be anxious or nervous about, because you deserve the right to stand in your own power, in your own empowerment, as much as any other being. So this is about you claiming your space, and claiming who you are in certain ways. Wow. Wowza, wow, wow, wow. Let me see what else we've got for you. So what else does Pound 1 need to know, please, Spirit? Okay, so there is the tangible aspect to this, look. Second house, resources, whatever is happening and shifting for you, Pile 1, it is bringing in something that is tangible, whether it's more money, a new home, a new job, whatever you are applying yourself to, or whatever you've been wishing for. The 40, fours tend to be about foundations, so it may very much be about a new house, or a new location, but it's going to be positive from a financial aspect. I want to get one more card just as a final. So this is absolutely beautiful. In fact, what for some of you, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but perhaps where you were living no longer serves your needs. So this is like a home and the roof has fallen off and it's looking a bit shabby, but it might be shabby because you've outgrown it. It might be shabby because it just doesn't serve your needs anymore. Whether that's so, there's a lot going on here. This is for many people, so do take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But I think you've been guided potentially intuitively and psychically to dream a dream of the future, to kind of have these ideas about what you want, and to wanting to make these changes to bring something new and tangible into your life. And nature may be very present in some way, so that might include the location of where you're wanting to be. Perhaps you're wanting to be somewhere that's a bit more rural, or a bit more more more, I don't know, more nature. The climate, even the climate of where you're looking to live might be particular for some of you, pile 1. But there is a big shift and a big change going on where you're leaving something behind and you're bringing something new in, and it's going to be positive from a tangible financial aspect. I'm going to get one more card for you. Can we have a bit of a overall outcome about wishes coming true? Oh, the cloak of Christ. How wonderful when it's Christmas Eve, and the number 4 is there again, which is about strong foundations. I'm going to put this here, and then again, because this is a Rumi card, I'm going to read you the poem because it's beautiful. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. So, This cloak is a sacred container. It says you are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of the heart, mind, soul, and body. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety, you cannot quite pin down. It is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now that it may be overcome. So it's saying that you need some respite and to take some time out. So certainly try to do that if you can during this Christmas season. Perhaps this shift is going to actually allow you to have more space and time for yourself. Sorry, folks, I had to pause it because Luna barked. Yeah, perhaps this change is going to allow you some space and time that you need for yourself in a bigger way, longer term. It says this cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of Christ consciousness. This unconditional loving energy is not limited to being bearing its name, but is shared by Rumi and many other holy ones. It says, can you allow yourself to take refuge? So, and there's a certain belief system which brings us back to the start. There's a certain limiting belief that has been a manacle around your wrist or ankle that is now being released. That you may have been buying into a story, that you felt like you'd got to do something, or you had to be something, or you had to live a certain way or be a certain way, that you're now giving up and you're now changing. It says, do not hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose, smell the feast awaiting you. So don't put up with less. Pile 1. This is very much a self-value reading. There's a lot of value within this. You are stepping up in value somehow, whether that's about getting a new job, a new car, new location, new relationship. However it's shifting and changing, there's something within you that has now gone, yes, I recognise my value, even if you don't consciously acknowledge that, and it is time for me to have more. You've maybe outgrown, like I said before, where you've been. So this is divinely supported, pile 1. I think this sounds absolutely wonderful. I wish you all the best, and congratulations on whatever it is that you're going into, that is going to be better and more suited to your soul as you move forward in this life. Merry Christmas to you. Lots of love and best wishes. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so I can see you again. And I hope to see you in the future. Bye-bye. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to today's reading. Now, you have chosen the Soulmates card. So as we're looking at what wish is coming true for you, look how beautiful that is. And this is divinely orchestrated. See the face in the clouds there? This is divinely orchestrated. So it could be a new romance, it could be a friendship, it could be a new partnership within business, but it's something, it's somebody who's going to come in to support making your dreams come true. And this is the wish that is coming true for you. So I'm going to put that there. So if they're not already here, they will be on their way. Now, soulmates doesn't necessarily just have to be about romantic relationships, because you have your soul tribe, and sometimes you'll meet a person who will have such a profound effect on you, whether you could get on with them so well instantly, that they're part of your soul tribe. So we're going to get some more cards, but it's a really positive, strong, heartfelt connection, whether that's work related, friends related, or love related. So we have got the 9 of Challenges in reverse. which maybe means that you're getting over certain fears that you've. I'm going to show you that a bit closer, because the right way up the person look is they're afraid in the dark, whereas in reverse it's suggesting that you are facing your fears, that things that connections that you might have been afraid about having in the past. Oh, cards are flying out everywhere. We've got the Nine of Visions, which is about wishes coming true. Fancy that, given the reading that we're doing. So this is like the wishing well look. You've maybe been wishing and somebody throws a coin into the wishing well to make a wish. So that's about wishes coming true. And then we've got the Seeker of Boons in reverse. So the Seeker of Boons, the right way up, is generally somebody who can be spending quite a lot of time on their own. So you may be willing to open yourself to. I'm going to get a load of cards out and we'll do a full story then and have a look at this. Maybe willing to step out of. There's a strong feeling of being willing to step out of your comfort zone here, or that there may have been anxieties which are now. Oh yeah, look at that, the Ten of Boons. That is like as happy as it can be. So you are willing. That can be to do with going to parties. You see how they're having parties there and they're inviting you in. Strong connections. So it might be that you're going to go to a party or some sort of celebration or some sort of gathering in which you will meet someone who is particularly auspicious. And maybe it's taken you some time to build up the courage for some reason to engage in activities like this, because you may find that you're somebody who likes to be in nature more. You may be somebody who is a bit more reserved, not kind of that outgoing, but you will overcome your fears. Yeah, he's stepping out of being a hermit, because that's the. I mean, that's beautiful. Look, but in reverse, it's showing that you've taken enough time, is what it's saying. Pile 2. I hope I've said pile 2 along the way and not said pile 1 still. But pile 2, you've taken enough time reflecting, being on your own, taking time out to heal, or whatever you've been doing. It's now time to start re-engaging with life, because your wishes will come true as you do so. Let me get you one of these. You've maybe, for whatever reason, perhaps it's been health, perhaps you've been getting over the loss of someone or something. But the divine is shining on you now. Future, North Node. Yeah, it's about stop looking back and start looking towards your future, because your future's calling. Pile 2. And then I want to get a Rumi card as well, because they are very for such a deep filled what are your wishes that are coming true, reading. That's pretty deep, that is. Oops. I want to I'm gonna have that one, and if that one's the one that's peering out. The Dissolving Light. Oh, look at that, where there's like a person within a person within a person, glowing and shining. I've made all my cards go wonky. And I want to say that's kind of what's going to happen. Somebody is going to burst into your world and make you shine like a beacon. And I mean, usually it's romantically when that happens to such a degree. If it's not already happened, but it is a wish coming true, and to allow yourself to experience, and it's going to ripple out, and it's going to impact on all the different layers of you, from your sensible adult self to your inner child self. You know what I mean? To your soul self. You're going to feel it and it's going to make you shine. But I am going to have a little look at what this one says, because they have very poetic readings. And I like to share these things because I think it's part of the joy of getting such great cards. Okay, so this says, dare to take my hand and become set alight with holy fire, my cherished one. Step forward with me, let us burn together, dissemble in the light that cannot be extinguished. This is the light that burns with such incandescent truth that no falsehood can withstand its audacious vibrancy. Come with me now to the light, together we shall melt into truth. It says, there is a light so intense, so powerful that nothing other than itself, its own truth, can exist in its presence. There's no lie or deception, no boundary or defence can remain intact in its presence. The blazing divinity of this light sears through any pretense, annihilates illusions, and takes us into stark experience of divine truth. It is gentleness, and yet it cannot be overcome. It is enduring power, and yet it is tender. Oh my goodness, pal, too. This is a sign of that which is to come. The divine wishes to live through you and into your world, reaching into the hearts of many and igniting those hearts into greater life. It is a clever and insatiable lover. It will stop at nothing until the entire human race is restored to the wild divine freedom of ecstatic divine reunion, completely and utterly ignited in love. Huh. How amazing. So, trust in your changing perspective and perceptions. Allow yourself to be changed by this. You are given an opportunity to see and know yourself. Don't resist what is being shown to you, because this will bring you such peace and happiness. Ho, 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 ho. Pile 2. So, I want to say, you've been in a position where you've maybe, literally, like I said, you've been in a hermit position, or you've kind of felt like you've been alone. You may have been lonely, isolated, worrying about things, darkness in your life. Well, when love enters your world, a lot of the time it opens up the ability to spend time with other people, to do things that you wouldn't normally do, to engage with society and different groups of people in ways that you don't when you're alone, quite often, pal, too. It's given you a focus of how you'd like to go into the future. It's given you a focus of finding your true north. What actually do you want in your future? It's given you the ability to consider how you are going to go in your future, and the love lights you up, but it also exposes all that you are. So when the light of love shines on us, quite often it can expose the bits that hurt as well, pal, too, is just what I want to say, because it puts us in a position of vulnerability, because, like I say, it's such a light. This is such a light. However, it's important not to be afraid of it. So this is a wish that is coming true for you, and it may already be happening right now, pal, too. You feel free to write in the comments, because I would love to know what you've got to say. I'm going to get you some advice so we can see a bit more. Inviting learning. Yeah, don't shy away from recognising that by engaging with another in such an intimate way, that you might need to learn about them, You might need to learn, oh, it'll teach you more about yourself. When we engage closely with another, sometimes it teaches us what we like and what we don't like, and then that's when we can say, oh, actually I like this and I don't like this, and I like these behaviours and I don't like these behaviours. And that is all part of the navigation of becoming even closer so that you can create a long-term relationship. Let your light shine brightly. Well, I think we've got that there, haven't we? Let yourself be seen. Pile 2, enjoy this period of time in which somebody appreciates who you are, in which somebody sees the potential and the loveliness and what you're bringing into their life, which they're enjoying so much, or will enjoy so much if you've not yet met them. Let me get another card for you, Spirit. What does pile 2 need to know? Wow, so this is going to turn your life upside down, is what I want to say, but in a truly positive way. And soulmates often come along to help us heal. So if something does come up that, you feel pain from the past about, acknowledge it and be open about it so that you can heal from what you've been experiencing. Do you know what? I get this card so many times and I always forget what it is. I know it's about the crab has quite a hard shell, but actually they're quite soft on the inside, and we've got immerse. I am going to have to check because for some reason I can't hold in my head the meaning of this card, which is so weird. So this is all about, it's about the diving deep into the sea of emotion to come back home again. Be the emotional leader and connect with the parent archetype. So if you're in need of parenting yourself, reach out to the divine mother and father, to the earth beneath the sky above, and feel held. Once you feel fed by spirit, it becomes easier to accept the ordinary human limitations of the people around you. Yeah, and I think this is very much about when we're engaging closely with another, whether it's a new friend or tends to be more romantic partnership, it can really push our buttons. And sometimes we need to go, right, what is right for me and what is wrong for me, and how can I effectively communicate that? But also, how can I show myself unconditional love and acceptance? Because in doing that, you then more easily accept the human condition of not always getting things right of the other person. The other person will probably do things wrong. They'll probably do things that bothers you or that you doesn't fit into your scenario of how you expect someone to behave in the world. It doesn't mean that they don't love you or care about you. It just means that they haven't realised that they're doing something that's difficult for you to accept, or they can't necessarily change it because it's part of who they are. So it's kind of allowing yourself to love yourself, to parent yourself, and to be a mature adult about this engagement with somebody else, so that you can actually and finding a safe space for yourself to rest and just reflect in, really. So if you have been on your own a lot, sometimes when you spend more time with somebody else, you can suddenly feel like you don't know how to find that space and time for yourself to reflect, to find that time where you can actually reflect as you need to. So put that boundary in place that sometimes you need a bit of quiet time, or you need to just go for a walk to process things. And that is absolutely reasonable. That's really fair, because that can impact on a new relationship if you start bubbling over or suppressing yourself because you're not used to how to you know, process your stuff with somebody else in such close proximity to you. So I'm going to get a bit more advice about that one actually. This is a very beautiful thing though, pal, too. To have such a special relationship coming into your world is something that so many people dream and wish to come true. So huge congratulations. Embrace your own uniqueness. Yeah, know thyself. Know your limitations. Know who you are. Know what you need. Because if you know what you need and you know as much as you can about yourself, then you can ensure that those requirements are met for you. You can do those things for yourself so that you're in a happy and content state, which will enable you to then engage in a happier and positive way with the other person. I hope that makes sense. Let me get a final card for you. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to carry on because I kind of threw that everywhere. So, resplendent with grace. How beautiful is that? I'll pop that there. Can you see that? I think you can see that. So, your divine grace clothes me in robes of sky blue and blood red as a shimmering galaxy of compassion within the field of which no being is excluded. The darkness of night is illuminated, and all creatures are bathed in fine golden hue of your presence. There is only beauty beheld now, for there is nothing that is not of your artistry, of your divine hand generous with grace. I think this is a little bit to reassure you that if you feel insecure, or sometimes when we meet somebody that we just think is wonderful, we can feel like we're not that wonderful. We go, oh my goodness, they're so great, and we can put them on a bit of a pedestal when we really, really feel strongly and when we love someone. But this is saying that you have been through enough. You are enough. You are enough. Basically, pal 2, you are enough for this person. So allow yourself, again, this is a bit like giving yourself time and space and understanding yourself and being your own best parent. See yourself through the eyes of the divine to know that you are worth this, and it's important to believe that you're worth this and that you're ready for this and that you can step into this new phase of your life now because it's meant for you. And to trust that this is being divinely guided, like I said at the very start, to trust that this has been divinely guided and this has been brought in for you as a wish come true, which the Nine of Vision shows. So believe in who you are and honour and value and allow yourself to love yourself as much as you love another, is what I want to say. And I want to wish you a very merry and happy Christmas or happy holidays, and take care and enjoy the festive season. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this, please click on like and subscribe so that I can see you again. Take care. Bye bye. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to today's reading. Now we're looking at what wish is coming true for you And you have chosen the fork in the road. I am very curious about this because this is almost like you've got options. So maybe it's about which wish, which wish do you want to come true, pile three, and using your past wisdom and your experience to navigate what will be best for you. You may have several options here, or you may actually be afraid to accept the wish coming true that could be offered to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that there, and we will have a more detailed look at what's going on so we can understand this, and we'll get advice and things like that, and this should hopefully become much clearer so that we can help you with getting your wish to come true, or one of your wishes to come true. Interesting. So we've got the 7 of challenges. Now then, sometimes, so the right way up, this is about sometimes if people are copying you, or if they're taking things from you, or feeling like you've been deceived in some way. I don't know if these read I think they generally all read that the right way up. Let's have a look. I'm going to see what comes up. We'll get a bit of a story going on. You might be nervous to make a choice towards something because of hurts that you've experienced. Yeah, look, the liar. So, you may be not trusting what is coming up for you as a positive opportunity because you've had deceit in the past and it's made you take time out, and you've kind of, I mean, the Hermit card, to me that looks absolutely delightful, but you might have had to take some time away from things. You might have become a bit reclusive in certain ways because you've had a difficult experience, maybe with a particular person or people. I don't know if this could be an institution or a group or a business who've been dishonest with you, but certainly there's a situation here where somebody's been deceitful and not honest, and it's made you step away. And this fear now is actually holding you back from your wishes coming true. Yes, see, we've got you spending time on your own in nature, enjoying the little things in life, enjoying learning about things and going through nature, quite happy in that environment. I want to get another card for you. Well, I'm very sorry to see that you've had a difficult time, but I think you've learnt. I do get this. I've been here myself, pal. 3. Because this is a nice place to be. Nice and safe and secure and cosy. Look how cosy that is. You've got all your stuff on the shelves up there. So I totally understand why you'd want to stay in this position. And you're worried that you might be judged. So you may have had judgment in the past as well. Wow, it seems like you've been through a lot, which is making you uncertain about stepping forward to receive a wish coming true. Perhaps part of 10th house authority. So this could be about finding your own authority, climbing that mountain, getting to a certain place. I mean, you literally, a wish coming true might actually be climbing a certain mountain or going to a certain location where, you know, on vacation somehow, or doing this certain experience that's difficult but is out in the wilderness, or in nature somehow. You may have set yourself, you can't see that, can you, under there? bit is sticking up, I don't think. Not sure if I can alter that. That's a bit better, I think. Right, let me get you one more card. Maybe the wish coming true is to actually venture out into the world without the fear of judgment. Let's have a look. From nothing to everything. Look at that. Wow. So, to put that there, let's have a deeper look. So there's a strong message in this reading about taking a step up, whether that's a new position of authority or whether it's authority in your own life, of whether it's standing up and allowing yourself to be seen and stepping past this fear of judgment, or even if you are going to be judged, maybe it's to do with having the strength and the bravery to step out of the cave so that you can be seen, knowing that you're just as worthwhile as everybody else. These are the Rumi cards, which are much more in depth and they're quite poetic. So for each one, I do quite like to look in the book just to give you, usually it's very beautifully written, and I don't want you to miss out on that. So this one, but the readings are very, very long, so I just try and pick out a bit that's relevant for you. It says, "Oh my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties, gone off fixed identities and definite opinions? Keep casting those shackles aside. Even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, blazing angel, something more beautiful and true. Yet here you are at the pruning stage, like a gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life?" Which is funny because I've just had to push that bit back so you can see what it says. It says your soul is made of hardy stuff. It can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. So I think what you've been through, from nothing to everything, there's something here where you've had a bad time, and you need to allow yourself to receive, to allow yourself to have the good things coming back into life. So you might need to let go of an attachment to a person, to an experience in the past, to something that you are holding on to, so that you can have genuine love, genuine happiness in your life. So you might have had an idea about what you think you want, but actually something is going to present itself that's going to be more genuine, that's going to somehow you need to step up and accept you can't keep hiding, pile 3, in whatever way it is that you're hiding or not fully showing yourself. It's time now to let go of what's happened. If you've got somebody in your life who's behaving like this, it's time to step away from them, even if you think people are going to judge you for it. So this liar card and the deceit, if you've got somebody who keeps behaving in a really negative way towards you, but you're in your comfort zone and you find your own happiness, and sometimes if it's a family member who's behaving badly towards you, or even if it's somebody that you're in a relationship with and you feel like you're going to be judged if you step away from them, this is saying it's time for you to choose your own authority for you to make a decision that there's something better in life for you and you don't need to keep sticking this out, that you can, from nothing, that you're in a position where you kind of not, you're sort of happy enough but not that happy, so you can open the door to having everything because you're worth it. It's quite a big deal, this. I want to get you some, let me get you some advice cards. So let's get you some advice, pile 3. Ease and flow. Okay, so you don't have to do anything in a huge dramatic way that's going to cause chaos. You can do it gently. You don't have to rush to make shifts and changes. You may be seeing that there's an opportunity for you, but in order to take it up, you maybe have to do something that you think you're going to be judged for. But you are here to live this life, and if something's calling to your heart, then you are entitled to say yes to it. It doesn't matter who's trying to dictate otherwise, or maybe trying to manipulate you or gaslight you. You know, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. But if somebody's, or even if you've had an experience in the past which has made you fearful now, let me just get some more cards for you. So I was just feeding into that. Sometimes the best choice is observation. Okay, so if you're unsure about what to do, then just watch what is going on. And I tend to say in a lot of my readings, observe, don't absorb. So if somebody is behaving in a negative way or a bad way towards you, don't react. Don't go, oh my goodness, that's so upsetting. That's actually look at what they are doing from an objective perspective and see why they are doing what they're doing while taking your emotional reaction out of it. So kind of almost lift yourself above the situation, looking down on yourself experiencing it as if you're somebody else, so you can see what they're doing to you, and why they're actually doing it, because you're likely to see that it's actually that they've got their own insecurities, their own weaknesses, and they're trying to hold you in place so that they can keep you where they want you. Everyone has something to teach. Yeah, so the person who is behaving in a way towards you that isn't very good, it might actually because that it's teaching you to value yourself more, to love yourself more, to have care and compassion for you, never mind everybody else, you know, to make sure that you are getting the best out of life because that is there for you. Let me get another card for you. So, actually, sorry, I want a different one. I want one of these. So, Spirit, can I have another card with advice for pile 3, please? Chop wood. So this is often, okay, so what it's saying is, it's very interesting because this is all about your wishes coming true, and yet it's telling you a bit to bide your time. So I suppose the thing is, if you are watching this over Christmas, you don't have to do this right this minute. Kind of just make sure that you're grounded, go through each day grounded, just allow yourself to keep going because it's not quite time. the time is, it's not quite time for your dreams to come true, for your wishes to come true right at this minute. There's a little bit more time that needs to go on before this happens. This is about releasing an attachment to something so that you can start to, by just getting on with normal daily tasks like chopping wood, cleaning up, it's those liminal moments of space where actually we get our aha moments and we can get the clarity of what we need to understand about the situation. So just keep being very present, and it will create things will shift and change as you observe what's going on, and that will help you to make a decision further down the road. I'm going to get you one of these now as well, Spirit. What else does Pal 3 need to know? So if you just keep going as you are for now, and focusing and finding love in the little things that you're doing, paying attention to little things that are making you happy, then you'll start to figure out what you want to do. Sometimes when we worry too much about the future, or we focus too much on what somebody's doing that's not right, that we feel's not right, it ungrounds us, it takes us away from. We spend a lot of time in a place of worry rather than spending time in the now. Re-empower yourself by focusing on the now, focusing on what you're doing, just being aware of their behaviour as it happens without attachment to what's happened in the past or what might happen in the future. And then the information will come to you. Arrival, look how that's beautiful, isn't it? So, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Arrival. So something's going to come in that is going to shift your perspective anyway. This card talks about taking responsibility for how you are perceived. So, how are you presenting yourself? Are you being friendly in life, or do you seem prickly and defensive? So people will pick up on what you're putting out there. So you may be reacting in a victim kind of mode to what's happened before, where actually you can live in a space of love now, because it's important how people feel your energy. So keep bringing yourself back to a state of love. If you feel misunderstood, look for a misperception, and see how you can clear this. If you feel like you've been misunderstood, if for any of you, you have been the one that's not been truthful or fully honest or deceptive in a certain way, and that's then blocking you because you've been judged, resolve that perception of you, and evaluate how you can interact with the world as the beginning of a journey of self-discovery. How can you understand yourself better? How can you engage with others better? How can you connect with others better? This card can represent strong emotions, temper, or hotness coming to your head. You know what I mean? So it's important to stay grounded. It's very interesting reading, Pal 3. Do write in the comments so that I can understand what it is that you're currently going through. I'm going to get a final card for you. I am going to pop in at this point. I wasn't going to say it in this reading, but if you need to do work to clear and to have a better life and to clear fear of judgment, to clear emotional anger, resentment, sadness, guilt, different things from the past, and to alter your limiting beliefs and to change repeat patterns and to become more in alignment with your soul self, then please do check out my Return to Wholeness 10-week package, which is on my website, and you can book with me on the Let's Talk page on my website. You can click the Return to Wholeness option. There's a special offer if you book before the 1st of January, an early bird pricing offer, which I won't want you to miss. So do check that out. There's the detail of that is on my website. Passion of the Wild Red Mother. This is interesting because passion and wild and red also sort of suggests a degree of anger which maybe needs to be tempered and resolved and reduced. And that package I've just spoken about does clear anger from now all the way back through your past. So I'm gonna read it from, this is another Rumi card, so I'm just gonna read this. Bring me your unreasonableness, your insanity, your love without reason, and your passion, the passion that makes you crazy and shoos all logical restraint from your mind. Leave your ordered thoughts, sensible plans, and appropriate attire at my door. Put on your animal fur and sing to me in gibberish. When my beautiful goats die, I make drums from their skins, and their spirits live on in my passionate play. When my birds drop their feathers, I gather them and put them in my hair. Come drum with me as I place feathers in your hair, and we honour the spirits of my animals, of your animal nature too, wild and free as you are in truth. Stick your tongue out and growl at those who try to tame you with guilt, shame and fear. Do you think I give a damn for their silly games? So, I care for what brings you alive. You, O blazing angel, are being invited by the Wild Red Mother to participate in a dance of divine passion. You may be an activist, a poet, an advocate for justice, a writer content in your own world of dreams, or perhaps a healer devoted to the liberation of the suffering of others and hungry to commune with the ancient wisdom. So, it's talking about the balance of passion, but also it's giving you guidance, the divine permission to do something ridiculous, be it ridiculous in your own mind for your age or career path, or some identity or version of yourself you're another hold. The more ridiculous or inappropriate it seems, the more it moves you from the heart. I think the thing that we've got here is that you're not moving forward to get your wishes to come true because you're in like a static position with fear of judgment. Maybe if you've either been treated badly or if you've made mistakes and treated other people badly, that you're kind of stuck, and you're in the process where you need to just keep doing normal daily things with as much happiness as you can, managing your temper or your strong emotions as much as you can, and turning that into something passionate, creative and expressive. And this is how your wishes will come true. Pile 3. This is quite a complicated, interesting reading, so I'd love to hear your comments. But go through life with ease and flow. Recognize that even if things bother you, they're there to teach you how to, more at a soul level, and you'll come out of this with a better understanding as you process through life, as you go through life, just doing the simple things in life. You will start to gain more understanding and more, you'll get more insights, and you'll start to feel more enabled to do things where you don't have to conform to old institutions, old ways of being. I think that's it. Okay, so Merry Christmas, Pal 3. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love and best wishes to you. Take care, and if you like this, please do like and subscribe. I'd love to see you again, and I wish you all the best for the festive season. Bye-bye. 4. Welcome to today's reading. So you have chosen the Fates card for how your wishes or what wishes are coming true. Well, it's obviously something that is very fated and that you cannot dodge, and it's going to make you feel like you're shining. It's going to fill you with serenity, and there's a lot of courage required to accept what is coming in some way. So let's have a look. I want to get some detail. Push that over there. I want to get some detail about what is actually coming in for you. There's a lot of abundance coming in for you in one way or another. Pile 4. So, Spirit, what is going on? Ooh. Oh, look, 7 of Visions. Many things. So, perhaps either you're open to the potential of all sorts, or you've had all sorts of ideas. You've had all sorts of ideas going on, creative ideas, business ideas, how you want to live, how you want to be, where you want to be. I want to say maybe an art heart, which is my beautiful friend uses the term art heart to show that she lives expressively from her heart. We've also got the black shuck, which is where maybe something's happened, that maybe there's been a natural disaster, or something's happened that's been a bit scary or depressing or that's brought you down. Well, let's just have a look what else is going on. Or maybe you've just had quite a hard time. It can be a bit like the death card if you've had a bereavement, or we've got, there's the dog there, which is interesting. Hold on, let me see what else we've got. So we've got, oh look, we've got the strength card. So something that's been scary, it feels like you've faced something that's been scary or difficult, but you've gone through it. See how that's almost the same dog, but this person here is being kind and gentle with it, and it's standing by her loyally. So you've overcome fears, you've overcome the scariness of what you've been doing, with a gentle heart and kindness and compassion. The Weaver of Boons is all about where you have your home. So maybe you've changed your home, or maybe you've just been investing time in your home, or maybe you've ended up getting your dream home. Something about the home there, or creating a beautiful environment in your home, or maybe to do with maybe renting places and things like that. This is interesting because this is where somebody has got lots of things to offer, but they're holding on to them and not sharing them for some reason. We just put that there. So there's maybe been a scenario in your home where you've been creating things but not wanting to share it, not wanting to share your home, or not wanting to share they're baking pies, so it's literally, you might not want to have shared what you've got somehow. And I wanted this card. So perhaps the wish that's coming true. Oh no, let me get some more cards out before I tell you. Nurture, that's lovely, and then I'm going to get one more because at the minute I'm not quite sure exactly what wish is coming true from this story of all sorts of ideas and overcoming fears and then creating something around. Oh, so this can sometimes be about somebody who's been very practical but is afraid that somebody's going to steal their idea, steal something, and you've had to nurture. So perhaps this is a creative project that you're putting out there that's been fated, which is going to impact. Perhaps it's to do with something spiritual, or perhaps it's going to impact on, many, many people in a positive way. And you've had to nurture it, and you've had to keep it secret and hidden for a while before you bring it into the world. And you've been very practical about how you've been working towards that. The lion and the deer. Look at that. So that's beautiful in itself. So with the nurture card, I want to say that perhaps you've birthed something important into the world, whether it's a creative project, whether it's actually the creation of a family somehow. So perhaps you've brought somebody into your family, even if it's another dog. It can be a wish come true because you're creating a feeling of belonging. Somebody used to say to me, another little heartbeat in your home can make such a difference, when you have a pet or something that comes in. But it's possibly something that you've had to guard and you've been worried about sharing in case people don't appreciate it as much as they should. But you've been creative, you've taken practical steps, you've maybe had to be in your home a lot to create whatever it is that you're putting out there. I can't help but keep coming back to this, that the energy in which it's been done has been done with such divinity. So whether it is creating a beautiful family in one way or another, or something that you have really brought into fruition from your heart. I'm going to read out the book for this because this is from the Rumi Oracle, and these are really, they've got big readings, but I'm just going to pick out a little bit because it's quite poetic. You are the lion and the deer. You are bold, fierce, and vibrant, and you are silent, sweet, and gentle. If I should come to you in arrogance, you roar at me until my falsehood quakes in fear, so terrified it gives up the game, and love's conquest happens yet again. If I should come to you in if I should come to you in surrendered adoration, open to whatever you may wish, you are so gentle with me. Like a deer, you offer me nothing to fear or resist, so that I too become sweet and gentle, loving, longing to submit your tender ministrations. So then I do not fear my own errors, for even if I stumble into arrogance, I shall be made wiser for your magnificent roar and become humble. Even if I become weak, I shall draw succor, evoking and tenderness in you. Whatever is needed to keep me true to love, is what you give me, for you are the holy lion, proud and mighty, and the sweet deer, gentle as the mildest breezes of spring. That is so beautiful, and that ties in with these two, We've got the very scary looking, almost red-eyed wolf coming out of the mists. And then we've got like the lion. You may be a Leo, just putting that out there, but that might be for some of you. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, as always. So you've got this scary, wolfy looking here, and then the beautiful, calm, loyal, loving version of it. So you are all things, and somehow within the process of what you've been doing, you have needed to be all things. So this card shows that you are discovering a part of yourself that has been lost or submerged underneath more practical, which is this one, concerns. You are asked to bear the chaos of this rediscovery, which is absolutely amazing. It says that you shall prosper most now if you are willing to unbecome what you have believed yourself to be. So you may be creating a new identity, pile 4. You may be confused or feeling up and down emotionally as you go through these changes. There may be fear or worry or excitement or all sorts of things going on as you go through these changes. But you are shedding part of what you no longer are so that you can become. There's a real sense of duality in this, so kind of acknowledging that life is shifting and turning and there's lots of different things going on for you, and that the good and the bad aren't necessarily ever good and bad, they just are experiences of life. Let me get you some advice cards. I mean, today, as I'm doing this video, we have had sunshine, we have had wind, we have had rain, and we have had snow. All in the space of 10 minutes at one point. But it's all the mixing up of the tapestry of what makes life interesting. Embrace your own uniqueness. So be if you're birthing something new into the world, it is you and your energy. Nothing else is like it. Even though there's like 7.7 billion people on the planet, no one person is the same. So what you're doing is so unique and matters because there's nothing else energetically the same as it. See the world's beauty every day. Yeah, so just keep I want to say kind of just keep showing up and realising, sorry, I'm having a problem with my earpiece, there we go. Just keep showing up and being open-hearted and grateful for how glorious either your surroundings are, the people are in your world. I went on a gratitude walk the other night, and it was just to walk through my village to see all the lovely Christmas decorations that people had put up. And I was just so grateful for the fact that I lived in such a nice, environment, that it was safe where I lived, that I could walk my dog down the street, and people had gone to the effort to embrace the season with putting lights up on their houses and things, and how beautiful that was. Acceptance is the transformation. So this might be about accepting how people respond to this. It might be accepting who you are. And it's interesting that we've got the transformation, because it's understanding that you are all things. You are everything. You are all these thoughts and all these ideas, and what you're putting out into the world is, this exquisiteness of who you are. It's about accepting the shifts and changes that are going on and not holding on with control to anything too much. Don't control too much how whatever you're putting out there is received, is what I want to say. hear your advice and follow it. So if you're giving advice to somebody else, it's probably because you're meant to hear it as well. Also, hear your guidance and follow it. Same thing, really. I've just changed the word slightly. Yeah, so, whatever you put out there to other people, look after yourself like your own best friend. If you're saying things, you're probably channeling that information. So hear it for you as well, because it's meant for you too. If you hear a song on the radio, I've got a lovely friend and I can't remember what she calls it, but she does do the shuffle where she almost like the psychic shuffle where she'll play music and each, whatever comes up is the message for her, which I think's absolutely brilliant. Let me get some more information for you, Pal 4. Spirit, can we have some more information for Pal 4? So your wish that's coming true is a fated birthing of something that you have created that you're putting into the world. Pal 4. Cultivate Taurus. I'll have a little look to see exactly what that says, but I like how pretty that card is. I mean, Tauruses usually have a great deal of tenacity. They don't shy away. They don't. They go at things quite, So work with the metaphor of gardening. Plough the ground, plant the seeds, nurture the crops with water and fertilizer, and protect those crops from predation. I think it means predators. Grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete form your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. Okay, so this ties in really nicely with what I've been saying. Also, listen to what your body's telling you. So if you feel that something's right, go with it. If you feel it's not right, go with that. So there's quite a bit in here about honouring your body as well. But this is very much about nurturing and looking after this to grow this as you're putting it out there into the world, just like a new baby. You kind of protect it, you're careful with it, you show it off nicely, you take time out when you need to rest and rejuvenate. You know what I mean? I want to get another advice card for you. So it's showing that this will grow, and this, I think that's kind of a given with this. Something about what you've done is really divinely guided. To be fair, so this is very much about balance, about using wisdom, about good fortune, because we've got the fortune cookie on one side and the egg on the other. So I feel like what you've put out into the world, you may be a person who's very driven from the heart, who's kind, generous, supportive, and whatever you've put out there into the world already, as part of this, you're now receiving the return, almost karmically, of all the good things that you've done. This is kind of being paid back to you. Like you're getting justice for what you've done. This is very much a justice. It kind of looks like the Libra sign or the justice sign. Just make sure that you fairly negotiate anything that you need to. That any negotiations that you're getting involved in to do with what you're putting out there is of value to you as well, so that it's fairly representative of what you've done, is what I want to say. And then I'm going to get your final card, Pile 4. The human gift. that. So the human gift shows us that you are or soon will be seeing with greater clarity and insight a situation that has been obscured to you in the past. You may be startled by what you perceive, so much so that you second guess yourself or chalk it up to wild imagination on your part. You are asked to trust in your perceptions that when they come from the heart, although you may perceive, although what you may perceive may be darkness, there will be no judgment in it. See what is truthfully there. Be in the compassionate nature of your heart, and you shall also be shown the most graceful way to become clear and free of darkness, either within yourself or within others and the world around you. This card's very much about being kind to your heart. So if you are somebody who is sensitive and creative, you may find the world is a bit harsh sometimes, but this is about knowing when you need to take time out, knowing when you need to be kind to yourself, and making sure that you do that so that you can support this wish coming true, pile 4. So I wish you a very Merry Christmas and thank you so much for watching. If you did like this, please click like and subscribe, as I'd love to see you again, and I hope you enjoy the festive season. Bye bye.